Juicy, moist and succulent is everything that this herb-crusted rack of lamb is. Brushed with mustard and coated in garlic, parsley, parmesan and breadcrumbs, this rack of lamb is cooked to perfection. It's meat that just melts in your mouth and is bursting with flavor.
Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Folks, today we are making herb-crusted lamb rack. And I've got a confession to make. I've never cooked lamb rack in my life. Because I live in India where we get goat meat, which we call mutton, but we don't get lamb or sheep as most of you know it. So today I'm going to be cooking that up. I've had a lamb rack from New Zealand sitting in my freezer for a while and I said, you know what, let's make this today. So anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking.
To make our herb crust, I need some herbs and I'm using parsley and I'm trying this viral hack that I saw online to separate the parsley leaves from the stem. I didn't think it would work, but at least with this curly parsley it did. You can also use flat leaf parsley, no problem. Next I get some Parmesan cheese and grate that. You could use another hard cheese if you can't find Parmesan, but I prefer Parmesan. Then I get 2 slices of regular white bread and I toast them. After that I just cut them into pieces. Next I get 2 big cloves of garlic and I peel them. Into my chopper goes the garlic, toasted bread, Parmesan cheese and parsley. And now it's time to blitz that. You want to get a sort of nice coarse texture. If you want to chop it finer you can, but I'm happy with this consistency. Now I'm just going to spread that out in a dish or a plate so that I can easily coat my rack of lamb once it's prepped. I've got some killer lamb from New Zealand here which I'm going to get out of the plastic and then pat dry with some paper towels. I will also try and remove this membrane that's on the underside of the rack. It's a bit tricky and I've never done this before, so I just did my best. Now I'm going to score the fat side of the lamb with my knife. Make sure you don't cut into the meat, just the fat. I season the lamb all over now with salt and pepper. This is 1 part pepper to 2 parts salt. Once the lamb is well seasoned, it's ready to sear. But first, I have to preheat my oven to 150°C or 300°F. I get my cast iron skillet on the stove and I heat up some oil. Once that's nice and hot, in goes the lamb fat side down. And now I'm just going to sear it on the highest heat for about 2 minutes. I'm also going to sear the lamb on all sides. The goal here is to develop a nice crust and not cook the lamb all the way through. Now before we crust the lamb, I'm going to brush the fat side with mustard. I'm using Dijon, but you can use whatever mustard you like. Then I take the lamb and place it fat side down in the crust mixture we made, and then I brush the rest of the meat with the mustard. Now I pick up that lamb and get it nicely crusted on all sides with our mixture. For perfect cooking, I suggest you invest in a probe thermometer like the one I've got from IKEA, or you can buy an instant read one like this. Either is fine, but it ensures that your meat is cooked perfectly. I insert the probe into the lamb and I set the temperature to 60°C or 140°F for the perfect medium cook. Then into the oven goes my lamb. Once the lamb hits 60°C on the thermometer, it starts to beep and it's time to get the lamb out of the oven. And now you just want to let it rest for about 10 minutes before you cut into it. After the lamb is well rested, it's time to slice. And OMG, that is some perfectly cooked and succulent looking lamb. It's moist and dripping with juices. You can carve up your rack of lamb any way you like and then serve it.
Oh my god.
Honestly, this doesn't need a sauce or anything. You can just chow down. It's going to be delicious either way. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste.
Alright folks, it's time to taste that very decadent looking lamb. And look who's joined me. It's my dad, Mickey Makija. I mean, he said last time that he doesn't get invited enough. So dad, welcome back.
Back to back, 2 shoots in a row. This is amazing. And look at this. Can't believe I'm going to chomp into this now.
Yeah, so let's not waste any time. Let's dig into the lamb because I already took a bite earlier. Oh my god.
This is New Zealand, you said?
New Zealand lamb.
In India.
I cannot get over how tender it is.
Seriously.
I feel like I'm eating filet mignon.
It's medium, right?
Yeah, medium.
Wow.
And even that crust. Do you like the crust?
Thin layer of fat that's there, no?
What about my crust that I made?
Let me get to it.
You ate it?
Now I got the crust.
The Parmesan, breadcrumb, garlic crust.
Not to take anything away from the taste, it's a little high in sodium, the crust.
Well, I didn't add any salt, so. But yeah, this is delicious.
It is, guys, it is seriously delicious.
I guess we have nothing else to say. Does this get the horns up?
Yeah, horns up, everything. Let's shoot fast so that then I can put both my hands onto it and then go for it.
Alright, so my dad has given this the horns up, and I hope you guys are going to try making this. Can you believe this is... Sorry about that. Anyway, my dad has given this the horns up, and I hope you guys are going to try making this. Can you believe this is the first time I've ever cooked New Zealand lamb rack? Or any lamb rack for that matter.
You're there.
Anyway, on that note, we're going to say goodbye, but I'll see you on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Until then, cheers and keep cooking. A big thank you to all my supporters on Patreon and here on the YouTube channel memberships. You guys make these videos possible, and you know what? If you would like to support me on Patreon, the link is in the video description box just below this video. And if you want to join the YouTube channel memberships, click the join button below this video. Anyway, that's enough jibber jabber.